So today we're filming a film. It's called A Lawnmower That Mows By Itself, or maybe I'll come up with a better title than that shortly. But this is kind of the plan on how it's going to be done. Is basically we'll start off with a time lapse of me shifting the lawnmower and then taking a photograph, followed by shifting the lawnmower, taking another photograph, and then I'll turn that into a hyperlapse where I've pretended to pick up the camera. And from that point on, what will happen is I will be moving the lawnmower one step and I'll be moving the camera one step. So I'll be moving two items, and then I'll put all these photos together in some editing software and transition them into a movie, and then overlay it all with sound so it looks like it's really happening in real time. So this is a bit of an experiment, never done this before. Well, let's see how it goes. So we've got the lawnmower filled up with petrol. I'm just about to start that. Where you're going to use the fork over here. This fork is going to be the measuring tool. So as I put the fork down, this width here is how much I'll move the lawnmower forward. Okay, so as you can probably tell, the footage isn't that great. The reason being, it kind of looks like an old movie, and the reason for that is that the lighting wasn't very consistent. The day had some clouds and the sun moved behind the clouds partway through shooting some of the shots, and then of course there was that big tree there, and that kind of blocked some of the sunlight for some of the shots, so it ended up disappointing. So in order to fix these problems, first of all I had to change the location. So I moved to our front lawn, which didn't have that big tree, and I also changed day, and by changing day meant that I chose a much clearer day, so there wasn't. And the other thing I did to change all this was the speed of the lawnmower, and that was a matter of reducing that gap size and making it even smaller. And even though I've made it smaller, I feel like it could be made smaller still to make it better. I just didn't want to reshoot it again. The other thing I learned was I did try to use Adobe After Effects, and they have a speed warp there, and when I used the speed warp, it kind of, you could tell in the footage that it was fake. So I was using the speed warp to slow down the footage, and basically the speed warp would make up frames, and it just didn't do a very good job of that, so I ended up not using that tool. That's about all I can tell you. If you have any tips or advice, or you have you know, you've tried this or you're gonna try this, then, you know, you're most welcome to leave a link in the description, or, you know, tell me about it in the description and I'll go and check it out. I'll be pleased to have a look at what you guys have done, and how you might have done it differently, and how it was perhaps more successful, maybe less successful. I don't know. Let me know.